Come in, come in. Hello, hello. How is everyone this evening? Howdy, howdy, howdy. How is everyone? Hello, hello. Come in, come in. I'm actually on time for a change. Can you believe it? It's been a minute. I've been so crazy busy lately. It's interesting to see how things have blown up in the area, and just trying to keep a handle on everything and keeping up with you guys. Hi, Miss Karen Caldwell. How are you? And hello, Miss Jessica. How are you today? Hi, River. How are you? River City Creative. Welcome. I don't remember your name. Hello, Miss Marge Campbell and Miss Tori and Miss Deborah. Hi, how is everyone this evening? Brenda R, Little Miss Boutique. Hello, hello. How is everyone this evening? Hi. Linda Hipshire. I had an opportunity to meet with someone absolutely awesome this weekend. She came up to Charlotte and we met up at the mall. Had a good time. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Hey, Miss Purple One and Linda Hipshire and Linda Hamilton. Hello. How are you? Why am I so fat? Because I eat good, piggy. That's why. Hi, D Heart Couture. How are you today? Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right today? How is everyone? Hi, Miss Eartha Lewis. How are you? I'm having to play, what is it called? Not coach. Having to block people. Isn't that retarded? You shouldn't have to do that. We don't want any negativity in here in our channel tonight. Hi, Cherise. How are you? How is everyone this evening? It's been a long week and it's turning out to be an even longer weekend. We have a lot going on around planning for this upcoming wedding, and then we have one of my viewers and a very dear friend which is not doing very well right now in the hospital, so that's a little rough at the moment. Miss Maria, is good to see you as well, my dear. My daughter was super nice and took me out to dinner this evening before coming in to see you all, so I am looking particularly fat, as Piggy alluded to, because I ain't gonna lie, I had more than one roll. We went to Old Charlie, so I ain't gonna deny that. Hey, Joni, how are you? How are you? How are you? So, everyone, what are we working on in our embroidery studios? What are we working on? I had a conversation with the viewer that I met up with yesterday, and it made me think of a couple of points that I was going to bring out today, or tonight rather, that is a common question that I get a lot. One is in regards to Sew It Pro, and in using Sew It Pro, especially with the new features that they have built into it now. And then the other question is wasn't really a question, but this other point is in regard to getting some affordable embroidery designs. And I just so happened to receive a promotion in my email inbox, one that I've utilized in the past extensively, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. So I'm glad you're here. You get to be privy to that if you're in and watching today. Debbie Kidd, hello, hello. How are you? Vivian Crosby, welcome back, my dear. I hope everything is well. I'm glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. What is everyone working on in our studios? What have we been doing lately? Has it been more for embroidery? Are you doing more crafting? I've been delving into the rhinestones, which I've had people asking for videos on the rhinestones, and I'm considering it. A little bit of vinyl, not very much vinyl. Right now you're working on a couple of t-shirts for your granddaughters. Awesome. And I don't know if Justin's gonna pop in on the chat tonight. We spoke this week as well. Justin, if you're here, say hi to everyone. He usually watches in the background and not tells anybody that he's in here. But Justin, if you're in, say howdy to everyone. But he and I have been discussing working with vinyl and doing some vinyl work and working on some new things. So that's been interesting. Not very much by way of embroidery. I do have a couple of embroidery jobs up on the board that I've been dabbling with here and there, that I do need to get out of the studio. So we'll be working on those this week. So let's see what else you've been doing. Marge Campbell, you've been quilting your heart out, girl. I'm still looking at the quilting thing. I haven't really had the time to go into that like I want to. So hopefully, like if Miss Bickham is able to pop in this evening, she's been trying to get me to quilt, which is hilarious. Brenda, you're working on putting a cute unicorn on some denim jackets for your granddaughters. That's going to be really cute. I am a huge fan of a good jean jacket with a sweet design on the back, so I'm sure that's going to be fire. I would love to see a picture of that if you're able to send me one. Sharice Mims, you're trying to find in the hoop designs for your 5x7, but it's not easy. Ma'am, we are going to have to link you to several websites where you can get some in the hoop designs for your 5x7. There are lots out there. So we'll have to see if we can't link some designs for you. Jean Walker, hello my dear. Deborah, you're working on baby sneakers in the hoop and bibs, and I still didn't get to do my in the hoop baby shoes, baby boots. Oh my God, I need to do that. Ronnie's Wraps, hello to you. Nurse to be me, hello my dear. Jessica, a tunic dress with material from Ghana. Ooh, I bet that's going to be pretty. I have some fabric print, African fabric print. I have like 4 or 5 different bolts that I really should have been making something with and haven't done it yet. So I need to really get on that. Let's see, you've been playing with your embroidery machine, trying some designs by Juju. So cute. Yes, Designs by Juju has gorgeous embroidery designs, and I like she has some decent fonts too as well. Vivian Crosby, you've been working on butterfly prayer shawls. You have 9 to do. Well, congratulations on the order, ma'am. I would love to see pictures of that as well. Saliska, burp diapers. Yes, those can be so very simple to do. I love burp cloths and burp diapers. They are so stinking cute when you get them done too. I love those. Joni Thurman, you say you got a new heat press. Am I going to do that full time as well? Well, Miss Joni Thurman, that is a part of the plan. It really is. Not for the vinyl, but for the stones. I've actually found a really nice niche with doing the stones, and I'm pretty excited about it. So hopefully we will have all of that squared away, and we can go into that next week as to, you know, the plans on that and what we're going to do. It might even spin off a different playlist either on this channel or a whole new channel. We're not sure just yet. So there's a lot of things I'm toying with in the works. Not saying get away from this channel. That's actually the exact opposite of what we're looking at doing. My goal is to get into a field that will allow me to encompass more time on YouTube, which is my ultimate goal, actually, is to be able to spend more time here on YouTube, because I actually enjoy it a whole lot. And I found that the Rhinestones are allowing me to do that, so I'm really excited about how that's going to work out. Jessica Fultz, you said that the tunic dress is for your mom. She is fortunate. Tell mama I want a tunic dress too. I'll have to make my own though. Tell mama she is fortunate that she has a lovely daughter willing to make a dress for her. That's awesome. Debbie, hello to you as well. Marge Campbell, you've been long arm quilting since 2006. You tried to cut back, but the quilts keep coming. From what I understand, the quilting is a very lucrative, very strong business. I do love quilts myself. I only have one, and that was for my grandmother. But I don't know. It's like a whole nother toy, a whole nother arena that I don't know that I'm ready to get into just yet. Maybe in another few years I'll get in. I'll get into it. If Miss Bickham has her way, I'd be into it now. Miss D Purple One, I'm working on jeans and designing some images to embroider on them. Funky. Get some really cool patches. Metallic looks really good on denim, girl. Metallic is really good. Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker. You just finished your dinner in time to tune in. Happy Sunday to you too, my dear. Thank you. Sharice Mims, you're welcome. David Kidd says, busy here also. I finished some patches for the military. Awesome. And then I did an order for the local Humane Society and went to a craft fair yesterday. Yay, we love taking care of the doggies and the kitties that don't have a home or forever home just yet. That is a phenomenal thing that you're doing for those awesome animals. I appreciate that. Eartha Lewis, you're doing snap tabs and pillows for your daughter to raise funds for a mission trip to Africa in November. Sweet. Make sure that you link those in the Google Plus group. I'm pretty sure you're there. Link those in the Google Plus group so that if someone else wants to purchase and help with the mission trip to Africa, they can. Carol Coleman, good evening to you as well. Karen Caldwell, rearranging your sewing room. You are welcome anytime to come and rearrange. Rearrange here, my dear, anytime you want. Yeah, I have been working on rearranging, and it's funny. Y'all got me wanting to show you some stuff. I hadn't even thought about it. I wish I had. And I'd have to get up and get away from the camera. So I may come show it to you because I found the cutest thing at Dollar Tree. Oh my God. And I kind of like found it on accident, man. And it was just like perfect for what I was doing with the original one. And then I found a smaller one, and it's just like it all flows together. It's just so really pretty. So I haven't made a Dollar Tree video in a while. I may just show it in a Dollar Tree video instead of getting up and going to go grab it. But yes, that will be absolutely awesome. Maria, how do you upload the picture of the t-shirt to YouTube? There is a way to send me a private message through YouTube. If you can find the messaging option. Now, I'm not great at navigating the ins and outs of YouTube just yet. Sometimes it's forever and I'm like, oh crap, I have messages on YouTube that I need to be checking, because it doesn't send me an alert to let me know I have one. So I don't always get those, but there is a way. Easiest thing would be if you could send it to me through email, and that would be thebabiesbooty@gmail.com. So if you're able to do that, TheBabiesBooty@gmail, then I will get the email and be able to see it. Cool. D Heart Couture are working on prom gowns, ooh, performance outfits, and school uniforms. That's really cool. Do you do much work with bling, Miss D Heart? There's a lot of bling in all of that, especially the performance outfits. I'd be interested in knowing. Sherry, this is your first live video with you. Love your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that, and welcome to our channel. We are a live group of wonderful people who all embroider, and we like to have fun and have good vibes flowing through. So we welcome you to our channel. Thank you for being here. Miss Social Deb says you just joined with your happy embroidering coffee. It's been a minute since I drunk out of my happy embroidering mug. I need to be ashamed. Joni Thurman, congrats. Please don't leave us. No. I won't be leaving this channel. This is home. Definitely. And the other will probably be more of a collaboration of sorts. I don't know how else to say that. And I don't want to get into that too much just yet, because the other person isn't, we have to finalize everything and how everything's going to go first before, really putting it out there like that. But it's a huge operation that we're putting in place, or the potential for it is huge. Let me put it that way. But we're banking on it being just as fantabulous as it can be. So I'm really excited about it. But the other channel would be for those who choose to look into more of the rhinestones. Very few instances of vinyl, only because there are a lot of rhinestone designs that have vinyl incorporated in it. So that would be the only reason why we would be looking at doing any vinyl. But no, not vinyl for the heat press, but the stones. Yes, so excited about that. Sammy, hello everyone. Been making a lot of gifts for family and friends. Well, that's awesome. That's always fun when you're able to make stuff and then they show it off to everybody else and get the word out. Karen Caldwell, you got to get your thread board made. You have thread everywhere. Don't I know how that feels? I did find another sheet of pegboard, but I still haven't had an opportunity to put it up in the frame. Hey, Miss Sheila Cushionberry, I missed you last week, my dear. I missed you a lot, so I'm glad to see you here today. Show You Crafty, hello. Show Me Crafty, welcome to our channel. Joni Thurman, you're rearranging your room as well. I'm trying to tell y'all can just show up. I ain't gonna turn you away. I'll open the door and say, have at it. Do what you want. Do what you want to do in the Baby's Booty studio, because it's like I look around and then I get sad because I'm like, I collected all of this. Are you serious right now? I have so much stuff. It is sad. It really is. Show Me Crafty, I was watching one of your other videos when the live notice came up. You helped me so much. Thank you. You're quite welcome, my dear. I appreciate you letting me know that, because I want the videos to be helpful. Sometimes I'm like, is this really gonna benefit anybody? But I'm glad it seems to be helping quite a few people. I get a lot of letters, email letters rather, and a lot of personal contacts, and I really appreciate that. I really do. Miss Maria, you sent it to the community page. Thank you, ma'am. I will look for that as soon as we're done. Rhinestones, that's your channel's original focus. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So yeah, that's what we're going to delve into. D Heart Couture, as much as I want to bling it out, your clients are very modest. They want it beautiful yet simple. That's good. Okay. See, and there's area for everyone, and that's what I love about crafting, the arts and craft. Not everything is the same. Not everyone does the same thing. What you do is just as awesome and wonderful as what I do. Mine is different from yours. Nobody is exactly the same. I love that. And that's where a lot of times people tend to get it mixed up, or they get confused and they think, oh, well, we're in competition, or you're stepping on my toes, or whatever the case. No. That's not how this works. The thing is, you have an appeal that I may not have. And so therefore, what you're doing can work for someone else. Your price may be more than mine, but they may like the way I orchestrate or the way I put my designs together, whatever the case may be. Don't ever look at each other as competition and get all, catty. The world is just too large of a place for all of that. So I definitely look forward to sharing the new endeavors with you guys, as well as continuing on in our regular endeavors. But always be free to do your own thing and branch out and get your own mojo, so to speak, as far as getting out there. Even with me coming on live and talking to you guys like this, it's basically so that it encourages you to continue on in the dream and the channel, the path that you're going in. So that's the whole point in all of this, to say you got this, you can do it, go on through it. I'm here for you, we're all here for you, and we're cheering each other on. So I'm excited to see all of the work that you guys bring to the table as well. So that's what the Google Plus group is that I mentioned at the outset. The link is in the description below. I don't know if you're able to click the down arrow beside the description, and you'll see links to all kind of stuff in my description box below. And we do have a Google Plus group if you're willing to sign up for the Google Plus group, and then you'll be able to see all of the cool things that we offer and all of the cool things that we share with one another. It's a lot of fun. So definitely check out the Google Plus group. Mama Mary, hi from Indiana, welcome. Don't remember seeing your name. You made it, yay. You're new to embroidery and have been binge watching the videos. Then yippee so much for sharing your knowledge. Thank you, I really appreciate that. And if you have any questions, email them to me as well. That's for anyone. As I mentioned earlier, thebabiesbooty@gmail.com. You can email questions. I may not be able to get to it right away, may not even be the same day, but eventually I will respond to your questions. I have to pretty much take care of home and then business and all of that jazz, but I do answer the questions that are posed to me. The Baby Shower Place, well, hi, how are you, the Baby Shower Place? We like baby showers. Matter of fact, gonna be putting one on in July, so we'll be having a baby shower going on. Marge Campbell, you said very nice. Yeah, Maria, that's gonna be a nice. I can't wait to see it. Sheila Cushionberry, you was helping your daughter move out? No, not baby girl. Did she get moved out okay? Did you embroider her towels? Did you embroider her bed sheets? You know, when we move them out, we gotta jazz them all the way up because we know how to do it. Oh my goodness. Vanessa McCorker says you had the hardest time getting in, but figured it out. Glad to be here live. Well, thank you for being here, Vanessa. YouTube kind of can make it a little confusing if you don't not familiar with their whole process. Good evening, gorgeous peep, says Miss Terry A. Good evening, Miss Gorgeous, to you too as well. Miss Tori, you're working on bags for a bridal show. Woo, I bet that's gonna be nice. Sammy Stern says, what heat press do you use? Interested in purchasing one, but unsure of what brand is good. The heat press that I use, if you are able to click the link in the description below, it will link you to my Amazon page for the heat press that I use. It is the, I have no earthly clue. It is the Photo Ink, ePhoto Ink or something like that. It's a relatively inexpensive press. It's 15 by 15 is the size of it. And that particular press is 180, I think, something along those, 170 something along those lines. And it is, you turn it on, you set the temperature that you want it to get up to, you set the timer so that every time you use it, the timer countdown is the same every single time. This is embarrassing, and I hope to God my husband doesn't watch this and hear me say this, but there have been a couple of times I left out of here and forgot to turn the heat press off, so it was on like all night long, and one day it was even on through to the next day. And when I came in, I was like, oh my God, I left my heat press on, you know, but no sweat, turn it off. It didn't matter, didn't tear up nothing, didn't burn the place down, as you see. But I try really hard not to do that. I try to make sure I cut it off every single time, and I've been even more, you know, vigilant about making sure that I cut it off. But to say that, for it to be on continuously like that and not burn out or burn up or tear up, 10 out of 10. It was phenomenally awesome. And if you purchase it from Amazon, they do offer, I think, a 3-year warranty. You can purchase with it for like $6 or something like that. So I did get the additional warranty on my particular heat presses. So yeah, that's a good deal. That's the one that I use, and it has pretty decent ratings as well. I'm big on ratings and the stars on Amazon, and you know what kind of ratings you get and your comments and stuff. So that's the one that I use, Sammy. If you're interested, it is the Amazon page link is in the description below. And last week, people were asking me to put in the Amazon page I put up the Brother PE770, the Brother 4x4 machine that I use. The one, I'm pretty sure it's the one that's the sewing machine and the embroidery machine in one. I put that up. I also put up the repositional hoop for the 4x4, and which I think I already had that one up, but I also added the repositional hoop for the 5x7. So that is up now. So those 4 things I have added. I'm pretty sure I added something else up there right now. I can't think of what it is. But Amazon's my Amazon page has been updated and it looks great. So if you want to go on there and see some of the recommended things that I use, I don't know of anything other than the 5x7 embroidery machine and the repositional hoop. I intended to get the 770. I haven't yet, but for the most part, everything else that's out there on that page I use, or I've bought, or I have. I don't like to list things that I don't have any personal experience with. So if you're unsure of whether I've used it or whether I've had it or what my experience is, you're welcome to ask, and I'll let you know, yeah, I have it, this is what I use, and blah blah blah, you know. So definitely check that out if you would like to. Christina Block, thank you for being here. I appreciate you leaving a comment for me. Thank you for all that you do for us. You're welcome. Susan says you motivate and inspire us. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You guys, come on. Have me blushing and going on. Knowing I can't have blush, but thank you. I do really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And hey, Miss Ethel Smith, how are you? Miss Cat says, hello, been a minute jumping on to ask for prayer. Your sister is in the hospital and you got to catch up. Oh my gosh, Miss Cat, it's been going on a lot for you, my dear. I will definitely do that. And I hope you ain't at work. You know how I am about you being at work and online. But we will definitely have prayers for your sister. Sharice, you joined the Google Plus group. Thank you, ma'am. I look forward to seeing you in the Google Plus group. And please feel free to post pictures of your projects. Let us know what you're working on. We do love to see what you're working on. Marge Campbell, you have the name and contact for 2 ladies near you that do embroidery and vinyl. Since you're not wanting to do embroidery right now, you give out their names. You even farm out some quilt work, help each other here in your community. And that's what it's about. I've even farmed out work, embroidery work, and I do embroidery. It's only because you're one person and real life happens. And when real life happens, you kind of have to send it out other places. Now, that's not always advantageous, and I don't always do that, but it is an available option to me, and I have no issues doing that. I'm not too proud to say, you know what, I've hit a spot and I need to farm this out. I hope you're okay with it. If the customer is not okay, then I'll handle it. But it is helpful to use the services of your friends and family and other community people who do the same thing. So I really appreciate that. And Sharice, I'm sorry I missed telling you bye, but I hope you had a good rest of your day if you come back to read this. Wanda Lopez, do you use regular sewing needles or embroidery needles? New to your YouTube videos, love them. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Miss Wanda, when it comes to embroidery machines and the needles that they use, the majority of the Brother machines, my 655 multi-needle back there, the 4x4 embroidery machine, as well as the other 4x4 machine that's not a combo machine, meaning sewing and embroidery machine, they all use regular sewing machine embroidery needles, meaning there's a flat side to the shank, the flat side to the part that goes up in the machine, and then you screw to tighten it. So usually embroidery needles just means that it's a sharper point or a thinner needle. So your 7511 sharps technically are right there at being an embroidery, or the eye is a little bit bigger. There's slight differences in all of them, but if you do the research, and I'm trying to think that I put that graphic up in Google Plus. I'm gonna have to put up a quick reference guide in the Google Plus group. So if you're a part of the Google Plus group, you'll have access to it. On stabilizers, on needles, on placement, logo placements, and embroidery placements, things like that, and the information on the needles will be in there. I don't have all of that memorized, but for the most part, for me, I use 7511 sharp, or for jersey knit stretchy material, 7511 ballpoint. It's just simple to stick with one size needle unless I'm working with like a thick leather type material, but even then I rarely do that. Even on denim, unless it's a really thick denim or a couple of layers, I pretty much use 7511 and haven't had an issue with broken needles on that yet. So give the 7511s a shot and you should be okay. Miss D Purple One says you'll post your jeans in the Google Plus group when you're done. Sweet, I would love to see that. Shannon Hicks says just started and having trouble getting your projects onto your machine. So much more complicated than vinyl. Yes, ma'am. It definitely is. Hooping is by far, to me, one of the most complicated parts of embroidery is getting things hooped, which is why a lot of people choose to float their embroidery. When they float, what that means is they hoop just the stabilizer, and then they lay the item on top that's supposed to be embroidered. I don't care to hoop things. I do if it's something really simple and quick and I can just put it on like a couple of initials and take it right back off. But for the most part, I hoop just about everything else. On the 6 needle machine, I have fast frames. So the fast frames makes it so much easier to hoop things, and so much faster because you're technically not hooping, you're technically floating. And then I also have the Mighty Hoop, which is the huge magnetic hoops, which are a lifesaver when it comes to hooping as well. So you have a couple of options out there, but on the single needle, it's pretty much just your regular hoop, and you have to really figure that thing out. So try on your more flat projects, try your floating and pinning it in place, or either using not pins, using the spray adhesive. Just be really careful and don't use a whole lot of that spray adhesive. And make sure on a hidden area that you can use spray adhesive on whatever it is that you're embroidering on. Red Roses, you read the PE 770 manual, working on embroidering name on stuff, animals, and finish your first embroidery gift basket. Oh, that's what's up. So you did take the time to go over the manual. That manual will let you know some stuff that you didn't even realize your machine could do. It is hilarious in the menu, because there's certain menu options that a lot of times we don't even delve into. You know, you're just scrolling through or whatever, and you just stick to what's the main part of the thing, not realizing there's other hidden gems to it. So yeah, check out your manual sometime, just for kicks, you know, and see what you come across. You may know everything about the machine, but sometimes, most instances, you'll figure out, hey, this is cool, I didn't know that. And quick references are also in your manual in a lot of instances. Show Me Crappy says, girl, you gotta remember to turn it off. I did that once and came in the next day and burned myself because I didn't realize it was still on. Yikes. Man, my thing is so hot, I can walk in the door, and I know that sucker is on, because that's just how radiant the heat is off of that thing. And it's only set to 350, but when I feel that, and I've only had it over the winter, I'm scared of what it's going to be like in the summertime. You know, I do have an AC that I got to put back. I take it out in the winter and I'm going to put it back in the summer. But still, it's like, oh my God, it's going to be hot enough. And then I'm going to have an oven sitting right here behind me. So I'm going to have to figure that thing out. I really am. Red Roses, I already read that. I'm sorry. Miss Cat, you make a sign to turn off heat press. I have a geonite press. Okay. And I thought of that. I thought of that. I really did. And I know me, I would walk right past that sign and not cut it off. So that's why I didn't have it. But now I'm a creature of habit. So if I'm in the habit of doing something, and as long as I don't miss more than 2 times, then, you know, I'm good. I'll remember. But I'm a creature of habit. So I just know when I have certain triggers, and when I see it, I'm like, oh crap, did I, you know, and I'll come and cut it off. So yeah, that's also why I'm getting in the habit of, when I know that's my last thing to press, just go ahead and cut it right off. And if I end up having to cut it right back on, it's not that big of a deal, but just go ahead and cut it off after that last thing, because I'm bad about that. Oh, it's so terrible. Barbara Raymond says, hello everyone, I've been watching while doing appraisals, my main business, which is keeping me so busy. Love this time with you. You're welcome, Miss Raymond. That is cool. Appraisals? Neato. What kind of appraisals? I'm being nosy. You don't have to tell me that. You know, I like learning out about you guys. You guys are awesome. It's really cool, the differences that we all have. And one day we'll put a little teeny thing in the Google Plus group and say, you know, share just this much about you. You know, not anything personal, super personal that, you know, people can hack into your bank accounts and stupid stuff like that with. I don't like those types of surveys, but you know, something just to get to know everyone. Sheila Cushionberry, you didn't get a chance. The daughter and grandbabies moved out 2 weeks earlier than planned. Oh man, living back at home, saving to buy her first home at 24, and finally did it. Wow, that is an accomplishment. Please tell her congratulations for me. I tell my children that all the time. They're not in their 20s yet. Well, one is. But the others, I'm like, buy a house now while you're young. Why wait until you're 40 or 35? Why wait? Go ahead and get it now. It's not gonna hurt anything to go ahead and get it now. You know, so that is awesome. That baby deserves some embroidered towels. So we gonna have to figure that thing out so that she can get her some towels for her house. Woo! Sheila Cushionberry, you had to give up on your craft room while they were living there, so now you get back to it. Yay! Holler! That's what's up. Mama's space. We gonna get that together. Miss Cat, you took off from work. Sweet. Tell your sister that we said hi. Give her lots of love and prayers that we hope she feels better or recovers really soon, because hospital is no fun. Mama Mary, you joined the Google Plus group too. Sweet. You want to embroider onesies, but you're scared. You know what's funny? Onesies, as pricey as them suckers are, they're some of the simplest things to embroider on, because you only got this much space to work with, unless of course you're doing the bigger kids, but it's not a lot of space, so there's a lot of room for error. And what I would suggest is go find, you know, one of your grandkids or your kids beat up old onesie, you know what I'm saying, and practice on the front, get the hang of it. If you don't get the hang of it and you screw up, take it off, flip it over, and embroider on the back side of it. You got two surfaces that you can embroider on. You know, give it a shot and see how it works. It is a little cumbersome, but somebody came up with a really cool trick. I need to find that and link it so that you guys can see it. And I thought that was really cool, to hold a onesie out of the way while you embroider on it. So, you know, we could check into that as well. But onesies are easy to do. I do like onesies. Let me say, you use Marge, a top stitch or embroidery needle. The eye of the needle is larger and works great with embroidery and metallic threads. Yeah, that's why I was mentioning the embroidery has a larger eye. Now, I hadn't heard of a top stitch needle, so that's new to me. But a lot of times, again, it depends, as Miss Social Deb mentioned, what you're embroidering on. So yeah, I don't use organ. I used to use organ. I use oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's not organ. I used to use organ, but I switched to the more expensive one and cry every time I buy needles. I mean, break needles, because I'm like, I gotta buy them. Their things is high. But I don't usually have issues with those needles at all. You can't find the Amazon link, Miss Parker. It is in the description box below. Let me check and make sure that I do indeed have it there. I see Clever Dog. Okay, so when you look in the description below, you should see information about a business planner, designs by Little B. Then I mentioned Clever Dog Designs for Sew Art, and the link to her channel. And right up under that is where you can click the link for the Amazon page, where you can find many of the supplies I use in one place. And you click that link right up under there, and it'll take you directly to the Amazon page. Jean Walker says, what's the name of your heat part? You're talking about the platen, the heat element part where it gets hot? Is that what you're talking about? Maria, you would pass by the sign too? Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Miss Barbara, you said the residential appraiser in Louisiana, real estate broker. Can't talk tonight. Cool. Now that's what's up. That sounds like a fun job. You get to come around and say, your house sucks. No, I'm just kidding. I'm acting crazy tonight. Don't pay me no attention. But that is really cool. Appraisers, I bet that's a lot to have to consider and look at. And there's a lot of research with that, if I'm remembering correctly, and checking things all around in the area. So that's pretty cool. So you have fun with that. And I don't see how you would have time to do any embroidering, but I know we make time for crafting when we want to, so I ain't gonna complain. Miss Cat says you never leave room with it on because they're dangerous. The first time your cord sparked the wire, it was a safety mechanism. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. There's a lot of juice going into that thing. Now that I do know. As a matter of fact, mine, I ended up putting on, because I have so much crap plugged up in here. I have a heater over there, which in the wintertime on that side the heater runs, and then again on the summer, in the summer on that side the air runs, and then back here my machine, and then my computer equipment and lighting and whatnot. So I had to have a completely separate circuit for my heat press, because my heat press was tripping stuff, you know, knocking the light out, it was knocking the heat out. I was like, oh no, we can't we can't do this. So I had the electrician put in a completely separate setup for the heat press. It has its own connection. So yeah, you have to be careful with these heat presses. It's almost like an oven basically that's plugged up over there. It's not 220. It is a regular plug, but it's still, you know, yes, you do have to be careful, which is why I like freaked all the way out when I came in and realized I left it on. It was like, oh my God, husband is gonna kill me dead, y'all. It won't be no more YouTube live. Oh, so yeah, I have to be on top of it, and I double check and triple check, and to make sure that I keep that thing turned off when I'm not in here. Red Roses, thank you for encouraging you to read the manual. You learned about bobbin thread number 90 that the machine uses. Shame on you. And DST files. Do you have a video on setting tension for the embroidery machine? I do. I actually do. But if I'm not mistaken, that video, which I found out the hard way, is nested within another video. And I want to say it's the video on embroidery questions answered. And one of the questions in there, someone left a comment on a YouTube video about setting embroidery tension, so I put that in the video. So I do have a video, but it's not only about tension. Schmetz, thank you, Carol Coleman. I use Schmetz needles now. But what I intend to do, again, whenever I get the chance, is pull out that part and make a completely separate small video with just that, you know, information. And it will be a tension video only, so it's easier to find. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. And DST files, most embroidery machines read the DST. The colors just don't switch over. The colors with DST is retarded. So I pretty much tend to just use the embroidery extension that goes with that particular machine. So like brother would be PES, and so that's what I use. But my brother will read a DST as well. So yeah, that's crazy. Miss Cat, they walked you through changing out the cord. Oh, so it was a bum cord. That's trash. It's just like new. But I'm glad they were able to walk you through it, because I would do it too, but I wouldn't want to. I would be like, okay, I need a whole new thing. Because I'm not burning nothing down right here. And pay attention on that onesie, yes, because that sucker will snap back on you and embroider on top of itself, and just, I don't even want to talk about it because it made me mad. Mariana says thank you for that info for the onesies you did, but you still can't. Oh man, okay, well we may have to do a video on it. We may have to do a video because I do enjoy doing onesies. They're so cute. Irene Trail, anyone know what the sizes are for the snaps on onesies? I was going to make extenders, but I heard you need 3 different sizes to cover all brands. I have never heard of that. I only use one size snap, and I want to say it's a size 18 snap that I use. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I use a size 18 snap on mine. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something. With that size 18 snap, I think this is in my video though. On the size 18, it's pretty much just talking about the decorative part on top for the most part. See, this is an 18, which you're not really going to be able to tell right away. But this is a 16 here. And it's funny, both of them fit the exact same snap parts on my stuff. I get mine from snapsource.com. Where that's pretty much all they do is snaps, right? So I made the mistake of mixing them up one time. I wasn't paying attention, but when I went back and looked, I'm like, it's the same thing. Whoops. And of course I dropped it. My bad. So here is a 16 and here is an 18, right? So this is the 16 and this is the 18. So as you see, the circle of the pearl is different. The size over here is bigger. The blue is bigger than the pink. Okay, you can clearly see that. But if you turn it around and look on the back side, although the pearl part is bigger, check out how it is on the back, right? Notice how you see more of the blue around the prongs than you do the white or the clear or the pink. So the spokes on the back, the prongs on the back are the same size. It's just the pearl on the front that's bigger. So I've been able to interchange and use these no matter what. So you know, the size thing, I'm like, what do you mean size? I mean, it's just the front part that's different, but the prongs all interchange and fit. Now that's at Snap Source. I don't know if that's the case with the snaps that are at like not Michael's but Hobby Lobby or whatever the case may be, but Snap Source, they all interchange. So I don't have problems with my snaps not matching up. So, let me see. River City Creative, what do you think about the Spiegel 60609 embroidery machine? To be 100% honest with you, I have no earthly clue. I really don't. I've never even heard of the Spiegel 60609. I'll look into it though. I definitely will. I'm always interested in other embroidery machines and embroidery equipment and what's new and what's latest or what's old and it worked back then, so you know it should work still now somewhat type ordeal. So I'll definitely check into that, but I've never heard of the Spiegel. Gayleen says, you're late as usual, woman. I done told you. No, I'm just kidding. You are not late, and there's no late here. We all just catch up and we jump right in and we keep right on going. And because I leave them up, we can always rewatch, so it's not an issue. I always appreciate you being here no matter when you get here, my dear. Miss Cat, you mainly use 400 degrees temperature for metal tiles fabrics. You do 385 for, oh, you do your metal. That's right, you sublimate. So your temperature probably would need to be a lot higher than mine. For my stones, the 350 works perfectly. And I also cross it over and use it with vinyl as well. Justin's temperature is a little higher than mine, but I haven't had any issue out of my temperature. Ms. Red Roses, I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Ms. Cat, you bought it used and had it a long time. Well, that's good. I was scared to buy one used. I'm sure you could, but I was afraid because that's just a lot of electricity, a lot of equipment for something to go wrong. I would be so upset. I'm big on a warranty now. I do buy things used. Don't get it twisted, because 2 of my 4x4s were used and I haven't had an issue out of them, but you know how that goes. Miss Karen, you did a shirt that way and had to cut the shirt off with your machine. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. So that's going to happen. And when you have to cut a shirt off of the machine, do not fret. We just find a replacement for the shirt and redo that joint, because you don't have, it's no point in losing your mind over a mistake, because mistakes are going to happen. I've had embroidery things go perfect. Everything was flowing along just lovely and fantastically. And right there at the end is when, I'm watching it, is when the stitches just want to go and do their own thing. And that happens. It happens. You're dealing with a piece of equipment that, you know, is not a manual. It's automatic. So you're going to have issues. Just don't fret and keep right on going. I mean, because if you don't, you'll lose your mind trying to make everything be just so. Oh my gosh. Miss Sheila Cushionberry says, if you have fairly regular times you finish your work, plug your heat press into a timer. Bruh, that is so smart. That is so smart. I like that idea. I will definitely mention that in my Google Plus group and in any of the information that I give on that heat press. Me personally, I work all kind of crazy hours, so I don't know if that would really work for me every time, but for the most part, that could work. I'm gonna have to look into that. Miss Bickup, hey Eve and my embroidering pals, hello darling, late but finally here to enjoy you all. I hope you're able to enjoy without distraction. We talked about that, didn't we? Say we want to have our own time and not be bothered with anybody else. Nate Matthews, well hello Nate Matthews, how are you? Can you direct me to the dimensions you need to turn your designs into snaps? I'm not sure of how wide long the flap needs to be. I'm not sure I understand what your question is. What do you mean turn them into snaps? You mean the onesie snaps? Or are you talking about making like a patch and turning it into a snap? I'm not sure. Let me know. Show Me Crafty says, I looked into the Spiegel machine, but the bad reviews outweigh the good. Oh no. Yeah, I've never heard of it, so I'm glad you guys are coming across some stuff. Which, by the way, as soon as I get caught up, there's something else I wanted to bring out to you guys. You know, a really good deal. So if the Spiegel is a deal, I'll look into it and see, you know, what the hype or the lack of hype is about, because it is good to look into other things. Miss Starlet says, what type of stabilizer would you use on a kenta stole for graduation to make the underside look better? I haven't found anything on YouTube. I haven't ever done a kenta stole, but if I'm thinking correctly, it's the satiny. It's the satiny part that goes on or around with the child's graduation information, and like oh god, I'm drawing blank. This is horrible. I can't think. Y'all help me out. Where it's you graduated top of the class, magna cum laude or something. I forget what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's one of them nights. But at any rate, if you're talking about that satiny type material, that would probably do well with an iron-on stabilizer, because the iron-on is what's going to keep it from puckering, if that's the problem that you're having with it. But you said the underside of it and make it look better. I don't really worry too much about the underside of stuff, because your underside generally is on the back side, and there really isn't much you can do about the underside unless you took the exact same, a patch of the exact same fabric, or a swatch of the exact same fabric, and put some double like stitch witchery or something like that up under it, and then iron press it on the back so that it covers the back side of the embroidery. Is that what you're referring to? But the back side, I try not to worry too much about the back side of stuff, because especially if it's not double layered and you can't make it double layered, then why worry about it? It really isn't anything you can do other than cover it up, like I mentioned, with a swatch of fabric. Miss Parker, thank you for the link. You just ordered supplies. Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. You enjoy your supplies. Sandra, hi. You just purchased your first sewing machine, brother's dream creator. You've never ever sewn before, hoping to learn how to sew embroidery and quilting. Yes, sewing is a horse of a different color, but the embroidery, is it embroidery as well? And if so, you will have a lot of fun. You will have a lot of fun. There's a lot of others out there who do the embroidery along with us, and if you join in, we'll all help each other. Thank you for your videos. They've been helpful. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh my god, y'all, I just looked at the clock. 10 minutes till 8. I've been talking that long. I can't believe it. Miss Cat, it was from a showroom. You trusted the lady. Oh my goodness, and you got a good deal. I am jealous. You, Irene Trail, just got your PE 500 used for $50. Can I be a little bit jealous? Just a little bit? Oh my gosh. And I'm trying to find the bell so we can ring that for you, because $50 is a good deal. What in the world? Oh, there's my bell. Who knocked my bell down? A bell for Irene. Yay! We're going to ring a little bit harder because she got it for $50. Okay. Hope y'all don't mind. $50 for her and her embroidery machine. Congratulations, Miss Irene. Don't forget to name your baby, even though she was a little cheap. But name your baby. Tardy, hello from Iowa. Not a problem, Miss Nancy. Welcome. Janet McKinney, what's the big machine you have again? Are you speaking of my brother entrepreneur PE 655E? How about a serger? Any favorites? I don't have a favorite with a serger, because the serger that I have, I fell out with. We were not good friends for a very long time, until I realized that she had a problem. Her throat plate was cracked and I didn't know it. So I had been holding it against her all this time, thinking that it was her, when it wasn't her. She had a problem. So now that I know she has a problem, we still kind of salty with one another. But until I can afford to get her to the doctor to fix her throat plate problem, I think we're still going to be bumping heads a little bit. So I don't have a serger favorite. Although I was told the brother serger at Walmart is fantastic. So give that one a shot, Miss Janet. Janet McKinney, after 40 hours at work, the weekends look good. Yeah. I can only imagine. I used to be in corporate America, and I left over 10 years ago and haven't looked back since. Valedictorian. Thank you, Sheila Cushionberry. Thank you. My memory fails me. I'm getting old. Nate Matthews, you was referring to snap tabs for a key ring. Oh. I'm not sure how to add the actual snap part to an existing design. My dear, Okay, so usually there's a tab that a long tab part that you fold over, and then you put the snap on the end of that, and then you put the snap on the actual item. So what I'm going to suggest is you watch the video on, maybe the hand sanitizer video will have some really good step-by-step on that. But as far as designing a snap tab, I don't have any videos on designing anything like that. But to add the snap, I do have a video showing me actually attaching the snap to the hand sanitizer in the hoop key fob, you know, thing. So check that one out. You just made it. Yay, LOTR Columbia. Well, welcome, Mary Johnson. Hi, you're new to the group and enjoying it. You're welcome. Sorry, y'all. I just drew. I saw something and it distracted me. I apologize. Welcome. I appreciate you enjoying the group, Miss Johnson. Thank you for being here. You was in Charlotte, LOTR Columbia, last Saturday at a con. Some news. You started a new job in Charlotte on May 7th. So you'll be up here live. Sweet. That would be awesome. I met up with someone, with a viewer, and I don't want to say her name or anything unless she wants to mention it. But she was here in Charlotte. Met up with her yesterday and got to answer some questions and got to take some pictures. So that was really cool. I am open to meeting anyone. As long as I know ahead of time, I will try my best to get with you. Things are a little crazy right now, but I'll try my best to meet up with you and say hi. It was a little late, but I did get to go see her, so that was really cool. So I look forward to meeting you. Please let me know whenever you're in the area. Miss McKinney, are you talking about me? I'm crazy. Don't pay me no attention. Patrick, what design software do you use or recommend? Patrick, if you're talking about embroidery editing, my only software that I recommend is Sewet Pro. My reasons for recommending Sewet Pro is it's affordable. It's $65, which is not a lot of money in comparison to the $300, $400, $800, $900 price tags that are on a whole lot of the other embroidery editing programs. And it's very user friendly. Now, being that I'm mentioning that, there is a link in the description below that you are free to click on that will take you to my website. That will allow you to purchase it directly from my site. You don't have to. You can go directly to their website. Just look up S&S Computing and the price is the same. You can purchase it from me or from them. It doesn't matter. You'll still get the same number, you know, little number to get your software activated. That's cool how that works. Now, that being the case, I want to mention to those who are watching, Sewet Pro also has the ability that you can put in lettering in a design by using the fonts that are built in on your computer. The system fonts is what it's called. And you can click there and type those letters in really nice off the keyboard and, you know, put your... Yeah, no, I don't suggest that. I don't suggest that at all. That part of the program needs some work. That's not good. It's not good at all. So what I always suggest is that you purchase fonts from sources that are reputable. There's Jolson's where you can purchase fonts. There's also Applique Corner. You can purchase fonts. You can Google embroidery fonts and it'll pull up a lot of these websites, and you know, they have excellent fonts that you can import or merge into Sewet Pro. That is what one point I wanted to bring out from my meeting with the viewer yesterday. Also, embroidery designs, you guys. A lot of times people will go out and they'll look for embroidery designs, and you know, they're put off, even though the prices come down quite a lot since I first started. But there are really dirt cheap alternatives. So I want to let you guys know, I got an email. Now this, I get nothing from this. This is just, you know, me letting you know because it's there. I saw it and it may be beneficial for you, right? So there's a website called Blasto Stitch. The link is in my description. I purposely put it there tonight. blastostitch.com. They have cartoonish looking embroidery designs, you know, for the most part. But right now, all of their embroidery designs are 25 cents each. 25 cents per embroidery design. So They have thousands and thousands of embroidery designs. Please don't ask me how I know. Please don't ask me how I know. But they do. And you can go out there right now, and as I mentioned, all of their designs, from what I understand, fonts included, even though I don't really care for their fonts. I've used them. They're not my favorite. But their designs, they have a lot of really cute designs. 25 cents. So the link is in the description below. It doesn't give me any kickback or anything like that. I don't care. The point is something valuable for you that you can use in your day-to-day embroidery. So go ahead and give them a look if you would like. Valerie Hill, you are out on your girl trip and you didn't hear the bell. Texas baby, how are you gonna be worried about coming in here on your girls trip? Your girls trip is for you. Don't have us distracted, y'all. Debbie Kidd, you have a brother 1034 surgery. It's great. You got it from Walmart. I heard that brother surgery, as I mentioned, was great. Yeah, see, somebody else has it. So pick up you have the 1634D, nice and inexpensive serger. So she actually is the one that recommended the brother to me. Irene Trail, is there a difference between bobbin thread and using regular white embroidery thread? Yes, there is. Bobbin thread generally is 60 weight, which is a thinner thread than regular embroidery thread, which is 40 weight. Okay, the 60 weight, with it being thinner, you know, I've had a cleaner embroidery look. Don't know why or what rhyme or reason goes with that. But the only embroidery thread I use is a 60 weight embroidery bobbin thread. So you can use 40 weight. I have used 40 weight successfully, but I do really like the way the 60 weight bobbin thread turns out. Personally, that's just me. Bickup says you look forward. Oh, sweet. Y'all talking. That's what's up. LOTR Columbia, purchase a lot of your designs from Etsy. No problems with many Etsy shops. And yes, you can do that. Again, there are a lot of really awesome designs out there, you guys, especially for the price. I even have a couple of designs on my website, or a book or something like that. So yeah, they are available. But the Blasto Stitch ones, like I said, 25 cents a quarter. You know, you can see, I promise you, you will be scrolling for forever. For forever. And again, please don't ask me how I know. Joyce Ricketts from British Virgin Islands. Welcome, my dear. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We're about to wrap this up. It's 8 o'clock now. Embroidery Designs has a huge sale through the 25th for under 50 cents. Really neat designs. Thank you for sharing that with me. So Embroidery Designs, look that up as well. Embroidery Panda also has 24 cents designs. So that's what's up. Thank you for letting us know that. Valerie, you were driving in the car on the way to the next direct destination. I can't even talk. Well, tell all the girls, I said, hey, have fun, y'all. Enjoy your trip to Tejas. Have a good time, because I had fun when I went to Houston. So I know you girls are going to have a blast. So please let me know how it goes. And Show Me Crafty says, thank you for everything. Miss Karen says, gotta run. Good night to you too, Miss Dear. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. It was just a simple night, not a lot going on. I appreciate you joining me in this evening. I wanted to share that information about Blasto Stitch. The link is in the description below. Amazon, if you're interested in heat press and some of the other things that we use in the embroidery studio, the link to the Amazon is in the description below. It is a referral link. I do get a little kickback from whatever you purchase on Amazon. It doesn't even have to be stuff off of my page. Just if you click the link and follow through, I do get a kickback, and I do appreciate it, you guys. It's awesome. It does help me out. I buy most of my embroidery supplies off of Amazon, so that's phenomenal, and I really appreciate you all doing that. Also, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us. We have a Google Plus group where we answer questions back and forth and throughout and through on our Google Plus group. You get a lot of help. We also share our embroidery designs and the projects that we're working on, and I enjoy seeing each and every last one of them, because it fills me with joy to know that we all have something in common that we share and love. So I appreciate you taking the time, an hour out of your night to come and be here with us. I love seeing each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you next week with a really big announcement of some changes going on around here. I already gave you some hints, but it's a little bit bigger than that, so I'll be excited to share all of that with you. So I look forward to seeing you the next time, and until the next time we have you here with us live on YouTube, what do we want you to have? We want you to have happy embroidering. Thank you very much for being here, and you have an excellent night. See you later. Bye.